All right, developers. So let's quickly walk through some of the HTML elements. So first, you can simply pull up the base boilerplate with this command if you're using Visual Studio Code, right? All you have to do is write the exclamation sign and you can click on this to use the EMET abbreviation. So this would give you this boilerplate. We're not going to work with this for now, so let's quickly take this off. The first thing we have here is doctype HTML. This declaration would basically indicate that you're trying to use the latest version of HTML, which is HTML5. So this is the fifth revision of the HTML standard, and it introduces new features and improvements over its predecessors, including the doctype HTML is considered as best practice because it ensures that the browsers interpret the document following the standards of HTML5. All right, so next we're going to have HTML. As you can see, we have the closing tag automatically thanks to Visual Studio Code. So HTML here basically specifies the root of this document. So it serves as the root element and it of course encapsulates the entire HTML content. So all other HTML elements are nested within the HTML tag, which is this right here. So given an example, we can actually introduce the head. We'll come back to this shortly. We have the title, which is right within the head. Okay, so you see that every other element we put in here would of course be nested within HTML. You don't want to have a tag directly outside of the HTML, element. This is wrong. Okay, so it has to be inside. And of course, the moment you start putting items, within the HTML element, you have to ensure that you put them in the right, order. Okay, so if you want to put in some items like paragraph tags, heading tags, and the others, it has to come under the body tag. Okay, so we'll talk about the body tag and of course the head tag shortly. All right, so let's take this back to the base, which is HTML. So at least you understand how this works. So the next thing here is the head. So basically for the head tag, this section would actually contain meta information about the HTML document, such as the page title, the character set, the linked style sheets, and, including scripts. We can actually, put in scripts right here in the head. So an example here, we can simply put in the title to say first web page. All right. So on the title section in your browser, this would basically, show up on that browser tab title. Okay. If I decide to open this up on my browser just to show you what it would look like. All right. So this is it right here. You see, this is exactly the title right here, our first web page. All right. So if we change this to, let's say, simple HTML web page. When I save, you can simply save by clicking on File, or clicking on Save, or you can just use Control S or Command S, depending on the operating system or the device you use. So if I come back to the browser and I refresh, you see I have simple HTML web page. Awesome. All right. So moving on, you can also have some of the meta information. As I said earlier, we can have the meta character set, which is basically for now I would just say UTF-8, right, for the standard character set here. We can also include the meta name, right? We can have the viewport, the content. We're going to talk about this, in a later video, right? All right. We also have the meta description. And right here we have the content. So this is to basically say, when you're trying to look out for this web page on social pages or maybe like Google search or something, you actually get a description. When you type this on your WhatsApp, on your social apps, this can actually pop up to say, okay, this website has this particular description. It's a good thing to basically have, this meta information describing what the page is all about. Okay, you can also include keywords, right, into the meta section here, and I'll show that shortly. So we have the content, this is description. I can say a simple web page. Yeah, a simple web page. That's fine. Let's create more space here, and I would simply close this. All right, the next one will be meta name. Let's write keyword. Okay, and the content. Yeah, all right. So I can simply say simple web page. HTML tutorial, just sample keywords, of course. Okay, let's close that. All right. So remember, within the head, you can also put in some links, right? Links to your style if you're working with styles. Okay, so let's say we have style sheets. Okay, this would basically tell the browser that okay, we're trying to actually locate a style sheet, okay, which is a CSS file. All right, and I can have type. All right, so text / CSS. Okay, href. So this is what you use as the hyperlink reference, of course, to reference the file. So let's say you have a file here called main.css, which is your style file. You can simply put that here, main.css, just like this. All right, so basically you have the style sheet using the link tag or the link element, and of course the attribute of rel, which is relationship, and the type of the file, as well as the hyperlink reference. All right, so as I said the other time, we can also bring in scripts. Okay, so we can basically bring in a script. So I can simply say script.js. If I have a file here called scripts.js, just like this. Okay, so I can basically bring in that file, right? And of course, you see we have our closing tab right there. So basically, this is how you bring in the script file into your head section. Okay, all right. So next we're going to be talking about the body tag, right? In the next video, we'll continue from here. We're just going to discuss the body tag. Now remember, in some of the previous videos, we have actually learned how to do this. If you have not checked out the live classes, please do that. Okay, we have covered some of this already in the live videos. But yeah, we'll be coming up with shorter videos to basically explain, some of the tags, and yeah, we'll basically go straight to the point. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.